is. Oh my God. Jeez, man, that's cool. So I'm gonna have to make up a makeshift little hide here if I can. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I am back in the woods once again for a good look round today, and I'm hoping to film the sparrowhawks is kind of my goal this week. Now the sparrowhawks breed further down the opposite end of my woods, so I saw the sparrowhawk masked by some leaves on a limb of a tree, and they are down there and breeding, and they're quite late breeders, sparrowhawks, compared to other species. So the chicks usually fledge around sort of midsummer. So I'm thinking they're actively feeding at the moment, young chicks. So I want to head down there and see if I can film them. So I've just been checking the cameras. I've just checked the camera above the vlogging cam here. I've got some nice hits on some deer and some foxes. And I just checked on the camera at the top with the same, with deer and foxes again. No badgers, sadly. It's a bit of a breezy-ish day, but it's gorgeous to be in here. As always, the sound of firecrest, crows, woodpeckers, all around. Stunning. I've knackered my kind of left hand at the minute, overdoing it in the woods, I think. So I'm giving the woodland management and working in here just a break for a week. I've got quite a few workshops this week, so I need to be sort of fairly fit and able there. So I'm going to head off through the woods down towards the sparrowhawks area where they breed, and see if we can just sit, be patient, and maybe we'll get lucky for the sparrowhawks this morning. Head back to the landy, spot a lunch, see where we are. And I'm hoping to maybe stay out here in the evening as well, for a chance of maybe some deer emerging, some other mammals, and maybe I might head over the valley to my barn owl spot as well to see if the owls are quite active. Well, that's the plan. So we'll see what develops. Maybe nothing. Could just be a lot of sit waiting for not a lot. But in here, amongst nature, best place to be. So stay tuned for me out for a full day today. Hopefully we may get lucky. Sound of buzzards, beautiful. But buzzards and chainsaws, not a great mix. Sadly, you get a lot of noise from the boatyard here, and you get a lot of noise of chainsaws. I don't think I ever go without a day of living here in Gweek where I can't hear a chainsaw. Gwig or Gweg is its Cornish name, which stands for forest village. So aptly named for the extensive forest through our village, and here obviously in the woods. so you always inevitably hear a chainsaw, but it's one of those things. But the buzzards, so I've just crossed into neighbouring woodland now. I've got access through on the track, all good friends of mine, and you can just see the buzzards. So there's a pair of buzzards across from where my buzzards are, and they're breeding in a friend's, and they've seen the two birds, and they're just up here flying around. I've just seen some wrens alarming, and just as I was coming through on my ponds, one of our buzzards was sitting on a perch, and the wrens were going bananas. There was at least 6 wrens there, so some adult birds and some youngsters as well, going for beans on it, really. Not that the buzzard's going to really pinch a wren, because it's not really worth its while, but I'm going to head on now to Sparrowhawks and set up down there, and hopefully maybe we might get some luck today. So I'm just approaching where the sparrowhawks are. Hear a lovely thistle thrush singing there in the distance. Beautiful. At least I've got away from the chainsaws now. But it's beautiful in here. Now, keep my eyes open for these hawks. So I've just seen both hawks. Well, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is so cool. I've seen 2 hawks carrying small birds. Now, I don't know if they're fledged, because they breed birds here earlier in Cornwall. It landed on the branch, saw me, and then flew off. Another one came in, saw me and flew off. I was just walking down the track. Oh, it's beautiful. I can see them, man. Oh, amazing. What a bird. I'm thinking from the clumsy flight, they may have fledged. I need to get myself in a position here, fairly concealed, that I can film these, because they're not going to accept me at this distance. Not bold as brass like this. I've got a little bit of scrim net in there. I've got a little seat over there. I'm going to see if I can sit up and film them. Amazing. So I'm going to have to make up a makeshift little hide here if I can. Because they're not going to tolerate me from this distance. Oh, it's amazing to see. There's a little bit of dappled light coming through. And if I can set up here, a little framework, if I can. It's crude, but it might do. Oh, this is so cool. Now, I don't know if they're going to be bothered now, or not come back because of me, I don't know. But they both landed on the same branch. Pretty much whatever you can use. If they don't accept me, then I'll have to move away. Right, let's get this camera set up. Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh my God. Jeez, man, that's cool. I've seen where the nest is. I need to stay here now, quiet until it goes. So we're in straight into the trees. They're still feeding naturally. But I'm hoping they come to land on this branch just below. So clearly the young are still in the nest at the minute. I saw the adult bird come in, do a hard right, straight vertical into the nest, and I can hear the chicks calling. This is so good. Well, wait, it's constantly feeding. They time their young on the emergence of a lot of bird species, like great tit, blue tit, a lot of tit species, a lot of smaller passerines. Oh, I've just seen it go off. Unbelievable. Oh, it's so good. They time it perfectly as those young leave the nest, and the adult birds then can just pick the young up. Right, I need to get this set up properly now. There's a chance I could get a few shots here. I do not want to disturb these birds at all. they may have changed their routine now, so they're not going to come in on that branch and they go straight to the nest. So I may not get a chance to get in there, but we'll give it a go regardless anyway. And at the end of the day, if I can witness behaviour, then that's great. And they haven't fledged yet, so that's a good sign. Oh, happy days, man, happy days. So guys, I don't know if the sparrows are going to resume on the same post. They always generally come in on the same spot, pluck their prey, and then go to the nest, just to save the hassle when they get to the nest being mobbed by the young. So they pluck it, make it ready, get the meal ready, and then take it to the nest. They also have killing posts on the ground, but here it looks like they're bringing them to the tree, quite high up, and then straight up to the nest. Now I've seen them come in twice now. They haven't come in on that branch. Now they may relax, check the coast is clear, and then resume the same spot. If not, they've changed their behaviour due to me. Now I've put a little bit of scrim that side, crudely, just to mask a bit from my right there as they come feeding around that corner. I've just got to bide my time and let them relax. At the end of the day, I don't want to disturb them. It's all about the welfare of the birds, the subject. And if you're changing that behaviour of them coming to the nest and they go off the nest, if it's wet, if it's cold, they get a chill, the young are very small in the nest, then you could inadvertently, then they can reject and they could die. So we just want to make sure that, mindful of the birds, they're not alarm calling. When I came in, they did let out a call, but just going to go a bit quiet. I'm running a bit of video on the post at the moment, just in case. Hopefully we'll get lucky. So it's been a bit on the quiet side for about a couple of hours now, and sparrowhawk did leave the nest, went off to hunt, and they haven't been back. So just absorbing all the sounds around me. We've got chaffinches, we've got siskins, got firecrest, standard goldcrest, raven, carrion crow, buzzards mewing overhead. So there's a bit around, but sparrowhawks have gone non-active when it comes to hunting now. Whether they're perching up, digesting a bit of food, maybe they're out hunting things that are thin on the ground, hard to say, but just got to bide my time, keep patient. Yeah, currently all quiet. It's been 3.5 hours, not a thing. And I've just had the sparrowhawk calling, coming back in. I've got the R7 running video on a post, hopefully it'll land on. And I'm really low here, hoping to get the hawk coming in low on a branch here somewhere. It's coming in from the right. It's calling. It's been so quiet. Literally hours. So guys, that's about 4 hours spent down with the sparrowhawks. And I say with the sparrowhawks loosely. I was there for that amount of time, and I saw them when I initially arrived with food around the nest. Saw them for another like 5-10 minutes. It went quiet for 2 or 3 hours. I saw them flying in again a couple times, and then a bit of vocalization as well in the distance. Apart from that, nothing else. No shots, no video, no nothing. But it is the way it goes. It's probably in the early stages of the young at the moment. And as those youngs develop and the demand for food becomes higher, then the delivery will be that much more. And I'll get myself in a position, probably in a hide, and set up and hopefully get some great shots of the adult birds bringing in the food. But it was nice just to see what's going on there. Really nice listen to the bird life. Firecrest, goldcrest, mistle thrush, loads of other birds going around their forest behind me, and also buzzards overhead. So I'm just going to head back into the woods now and just have a nice bit of lunch and chill out for a bit, and then resume for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening. But really thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, it's been a great morning stroke lunchtime, afternoon. Beautiful bit of weather now. Still a little bit blowy, but it's just great to be out in nature. It really is. And it's been a bit thin on the ground with the birds, but we've seen a few, and actually the first time today, seen a bullfinch along the hedgerow, which was lovely. An absolute treat. So I'm gonna head just to the landy, have a brew, drink, just chill for a bit, check my gear over, and have a little bit more in the fields as that sun drops. And then hopefully I'm going to head across the valley to the other side to my friend's farm and give it a go for some barn owls, I'm hoping. He's left the fields go quite long, so it's a great place for the barn owl to hunt. And I know for a fact that they've got barn owls in the box on the farm, so should be a good indicator. And they've got young at the moment, so they'll be probably out a little bit early to feed the young, because yesterday was wet. So yeah, hopefully get my first barn owls on my return back to the UK. So just gonna grab a brew and then have a little chill, and then we'll get moving.